Arsenal versus Coventry. Arsenal 3, Coventry nil. This is the first Premier League game of the season 2026-2027 season. And immediately after the match ended, the first text I got on my phone was from an Arsenal fan. He said, plus 3 goals difference, 3 points in the bag, be scared. And I know that it's really exciting when you play the first game of the season and you win. Anyway, let's look at what happened, some of the few things I was able to capture during the match, because a lot and a lot actually happened during that game. But what are my few takeaways from that game? Before I go into details, number one, Arsenal looks very, very solid, even more solid than last season. Arsenal is a team that everybody should be worried about. I know it might sound like it's too early, but if you watch Arsenal, if you watch them at the Community Shield, if you watch Arsenal against Coventry, they are not far from what they used to be. But then don't forget the fact that they played Coventry, a newly promoted relegation, a newly promoted team that came from relegation. Coventry has not been in the Premier League since 2014 or thereabout. So Coventry traveling all the way to the Emirates Stadium, I wasn't expecting any surprise anyway. But let's look at how Arsenal played that game. The first thing first is Christos Zolis. Zolis is going to be a menace this season. I keep saying it. When Arsenal wanted to sign that guy, I was thinking he's going to be a player who would struggle with the Premier League. I watched him at the Community Shield and I watched him against Coventry as well. He just keeps getting better from his touches, the way he exploits the flanks, his quick feet. He's cutting into the box, his shooting power, his square balls, and everything. I think Christozolis is a player to be really, really, really scared of. Anyway, he had a very, very decent Premier League debut. And in the first 2 goals, though he didn't get a direct assist, but he was actively involved in the first 2 goals. Now, he was actively involved in the first 2 goals. I'm still going to talk about other Arsenal players that played in that match, but let's talk about set pieces. Arsenal scored 19 goals from the set piece last season, the highest from a single Premier League team. But it looks like Arsenal is not really, really threatening again at the corner, especially because, should I say that the wrestling in the box and every other thing, and it looks like teams have now developed like a defense mechanism against that set piece. But again, it's still early. Arsenal could evolve 3, 4, 5 games into the season. We might see a different thing, but so far so good. I've not really seen anything threatening or anything dangerous from set pieces. Bukayo Saka got his goal. It's a tap in, but if you ask me, a goal is a goal. It's people that cook agenda that will say one goal is a tap in or the other goal is not this. The goalkeeper tried to intercept the ball and then he somehow got the ball into the path of Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo Saka slotted it home. It was a tap in, but it's a goal. Bukayo Saka got his first goal of the season in the first game, so you can't take that away from him. Another player to be, let's look at Ricardo Caliafori. He is an amazing left back, and the kind of role he's playing and also getting into the pocket, getting into the box, it's really amazing to see these players play like this. But then, don't forget that the match difficulty ratio is not that high because they played against Coventry. I'm not saying Coventry is really bad, but then this is a team that's not been in the Premier League for so long. This is their first game of the season. Eventually, if they are going to cause upset or be a stumbling block or a barrier for other clubs, it might take them a while to settle into the Premier League. The most annoying thing it could be that by the time Chelsea will play Coventry, Coventry would have found their feet, Coventry would have settled, and you might even find Awoniyi scoring against Chelsea. You might even find, some other weird things happening. But I would say that Arsenal is really lucky that they played this fixture very early because Coventry is not looking bad. They're a team that scored a lot of goals in the Championship, but we know that the quality in the Championship is far from the Premier League. But then it doesn't mean that Coventry will continue to play like this. They weren't too bad. Come on, they went to Emirates Stadium and they came back with just conceding 3 goals. It's not bad for a Coventry level anyway. I want to talk about the Arsenal performance in the first half. Arsenal were excellent. They were brilliant. Arsenal in the second half, they were excellent. They were brilliant. I really cannot. I don't even have anything to take away from Arsenal, and I want to make emphasis on Arsenal squad depth. Arsenal squad depth is insane. Arsenal squad depth is scary. Look at those substitutions. Eberechi Eze came on. Martin Zubimendi came on. Mikel Merino came on. Piero Incapie came on. Noni Madueke came on. All of this quality of players came into the match, a match that Arsenal was already leading 3-0. And you know what? Victor Gyökeres did not even play. And we don't know what Arteta is cooking, but it looks like Arteta trusts Kai Havertz so much, and Kai Havertz is delivering because Havertz also scored in this game. I think Havertz scored it's not even I think, Havertz scored the opener. And as long as this guy keeps delivering for Arteta, I don't know if Arteta would treat him bad. So that's it. One thing. Gabriel got a yellow card. And why I was paying is because in my FPL draft, Gabriel cost £8 million in FPL for those that play FPL. And it took a lot of my budget to get Gabriel, and he got a yellow card after Sims from Coventry tried to get past through him. Meanwhile, my other competitors who only spent 5.5 million on Ricardo Calafiori, they got an assist from Calafiori and he got a clean sheet and no yellow card. And that's about £3.5 million fantasy Premier League money difference. So going forward, I don't want to see Gabriel. I know it's not unusual, and it's unusual for Gabriel to do something like that. But going forward, I don't expect Gabriel to pick up this kind of yellow cards. Mosquera was stable. He wasn't bad. At some point, Nkapie came in. He still did the job. Look at my Luis Kelly, for goodness sake. That boy is so solid. Again, I would have said he's able to bully Coventry defense. But again, not only against Coventry, I've seen him in other games. I saw him last season, how composed he was, his line breaking passes, even his vision. He wasn't even making much of a back pass as much as Ivo Zubimendi. He was making progressive and forward passes. Lewis Kelly progressive play is really, really commendable. And for somebody of his age, already playing at that level, he just needs to keep up. And hopefully Arteta gives him more play time. And he continues to get good performances like this. So it looks like Arsenal have hit a jackpot. They got all their signings right. We can't say anything about Bruno Guimaraes right now because he is injured. I think he picked up some injury in the Community Shield against Man City. And if you watch him at that match, he wasn't bad as well. And you know, one good thing is there is a lot of options for Arsenal in the midfield. If you just look at Arsenal's bench, the quality of the substitutes they brought on, even if they were 2 goals behind in this game, they still have a lot of quality on the bench to actually overturn that defeat. And that's the lens from which I've watched the match. I can't pick up on everything because a lot of things happen during the match. Now I've done my post-match analysis. Now let's cook agenda. It's not going to be rosy like this, we all know, and it's not going to be smooth like this, and there's going to be upset, and there's going to be opera, and Arsenal fans that are beginning to text me, that are buzzing my WhatsApp group, my football group chat and everything. Yeah, it's good to celebrate your win. I would celebrate my win if I get a 3-0 win in my first game of the season, even if it's a team that has not been to the Premier League in the last 15 years. A win is a win. But please, let's tread carefully because the season is still long and this is football. Anything can happen. If you are still watching this video to this point, let me know your thoughts and your opinion about the Arsenal match. You can drop comments for me. You can leave comment and just tell me about how you saw the game. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel because the season has started and there is back-to-back content to be made. And you'll see me pop on your screen in my next video, provided you've smashed the subscribe buttons. For Arsenal fans, up Gunners, enjoy your win. And for Chelsea fans who are watching this video, don't worry, we'll catch up with Arsenal. I think is the third game of the season, and then we will show them the stuff that we are made of. Until then, guys, have a lovely time. Bye.